I looked right at one person and said, what do you think is going to happen? I said, the only thing you need to bring is a whole hell of a lot of body bags because ain't nobody going to put up with it, and you're going to end up with a whole lot of dead people. So you're the ones who are going to be at fault for starting this thing, not us, because nobody's going to put up with this anymore. And that did not happen in a vacuum. That started in 1988 with the ATF in a series of abuses that went on for 5 years before Ruby Ridge, where they killed women, they killed men, they attacked people. Ruby Ridge didn't
setting
happen.
precedents, trial balloons.
Progressively moving forward so that by the time they're done, in the year 1993, everybody saw Waco on national television. And Waco was a progressive, cascading, was the culmination of 5 to 6 years of ongoing abuses. Now their logic was, I'll keep pressing. After all, you'll have to acquiesce. And they were looking to show
I think they were looking to start a fight.
No, they were looking to show you that they could kick rumpus and take names. And the logic there was to also puff up the infantry that are doing the job because
give them a few victories shooting up churches.
Secret police have to. They got
to have blood.
They have no spine. They're cowards. Okay, it's just like you see here. Popping a guy on a bike with 3 guys with a car or 2 guys with a car is nothing to me. That shows me that you're dealing with a pea brain and a thug. Okay. When you attack a church with grandmas, grandpas, women, and children, and all the working men away, that's what savages do. They wait till the men were in the field, and then they attack the fortress or they attack the town. The Indians would always attack when the men were in the fields or working because they'd be away from the treasure. That's exactly what the savages did at Waco, the exact same way. And everybody saw it on national television, and it still failed because what it did is it demonstrated what we tried to explain to everybody behind the scenes long before I did American Peril. Now, the same thing is true now. It's going to be the same scenario. At some point, they're going to be stupid. Now, if they're smart, they're going to back off, and they're going to sit down and maybe do the right thing. What's going to change that is all these people that are listening saying, I saw what you did, and I know who you are. You're not doing it in a vacuum. You're not doing it in isolation. Millions of people know. Tens of millions of people know. Here's the thing. What do you have in your hand? It's from England. Not just Americans know. All of the thinking world knows. The enemy is in trouble because of that, because it's not a line to say.
No, all of this puffing and blustering and black uniforms and festooned with medals is an attempt to intimidate like a beaten wife back into submission.
One of the things I have is a pair of scissors I carry in my combat equipment. You know what it's for? I'm looking to try and get at least one of every one of the 3-letter alphabet suit patches off each uniform of the ones we've shot. Because it looks really good on the wall next to the rifles and the hats you've taken, especially the ones with the blood stains. War trophies are a fun thing. Americans are notorious for that. Okay? That's the attitude everybody has to have. Not this, oh my goodness, no, I'm not. You know what? Look at that. See that one there? You know what, Alex? I think he's wearing a 10.5 size boot, and mine are getting kind of tired. I'll beat you to him.
Boom. Oh, Koernke, you're something else.
That's the attitude everybody's got to have. And then again, the other side will think because they're cowards. They are not brave people. To beat up on Alex by himself on a road in a dark alley, or anybody that we know, that's not an act of a man one-on-one. That's the act of cowards who, of course, work in packs when they have to deal with free men and women who stand the line and in the light of day.
Well, I do want people to know they have strength and power, and the enemy is weak.
That's right. That's what they do.
And we need to pray for peace, prepare for war, and we need to prepare to protect our families because there's no doubt this government is completely illegitimate and completely criminal.
At least be ready to feed yourself and
Mark,
take care
I have
of
to
yourself.
say that you have a lot of courage to say the things you say. I truly have weighed things, and I try. My job is to wake up as many as I can, to energize as many people as I can, just as you have done and been successful at. And to just let people know the nature of their enemy so they can make the decisions about what they're going to do, and then I can point people at you. Give folks your website. I only have time to take 2 or 3 phone calls.
Okay, real quick here. Go to www.libertytreeradio.4mg.com. That's www.libertytreeradio.4mg.com. And we're also on We the People Radio Network, by the way, WTPRN.com. You'll also find us, if you want to go to YouTube, have some fun, guys. Go to YouTube and punch in Liberty Tree Radio. That's Liberty Tree Radio. Go to YouTube, punch in Liberty Tree Radio.
You've got some great training videos.
All the videos, but also our music videos. To take a look, this will give you a chance to see what troops are doing all around the country, a lot of the training. And by the way, you will see our new dog, Bruce. He was 220 pounds when we got him. He's a black and white dog. We had to weld 2 of them together, one white, one black, and we went schnook. And now we have this.
No squeezing, only tickle. All right, listen, I gotta get to some calls here. Eric and Philly, you are on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, wonderful, Alex, Mark Koernke. You were incarcerated for 7 years, Mark, and I believe the main reason you were able to get through that is because you had the unbelievable support of your wife.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Both Nancy and many friends that we had out there across the country.
And your sons.
Yes. And all three of the sons and my daughter, too, by the way.
So, yeah, because I was actually charged with aggravated assault because the cops said I hit him with my car. And I had to do 3 months, and that was very hard. But the thing that got me through it was my family.
Yeah, that's one of their favorite deals is...
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
It was unbelievable. I would actually like to send you the info, Mark. Maybe you could help me out with that.
By the way, you can go to type Mark Koernke into YouTube. It's one of the hundreds of videos, but you can find it quick. Where you can see the squad car video. Back before YouTube, we aired it on Access TV.
Yep.
When they were setting you up, and it was the cops are chasing you, they run you off the road, then charge you.
Right. Plus, also the video.
I mean, it's incredible.
Also, we have the dispatch tapes that they didn't think we had because several of the officers were recording their own dispatch. I'll tell the story now. The rest of the way. We had the police officers who knew this was wrong, did not want to be part of it. What they did is they had recorded everything.
Well, the sheriff's deputy, the first one following you, says, "Why are we following Mark Koernke?"
Well, we're looking for a bank robber. What are we following Mark Koernke for? And immediately they said, go to cell phone.
Yeah.
And they were on what is called the command frequency, which is isolated from the dispatch frequency, so command can talk in
And then people
form.
ask, why didn't you stop the car? You had your son with you.
Well, I had two of my sons with me. I got them out of the car is what I did because it was obvious. At a given point, it became very obvious that they were going to try. In fact, it was said later in the courtroom.
Because you noticed that morning you were being followed and things, so you didn't know what they were planning with your sons.
Right, there was something else going on. The whole thing, in a nutshell, is the incident itself was orchestrated from beginning to end. One of the things that came out on the 911 tape is the call from the bank. Hello, 911. Yes, we've just been robbed. Is he right there? No, he isn't. Well, where is he? Well, he just walked out of the front door of the bank, across the street, and over to the sheriff's department. And she goes, what? Would you repeat that? Well, we're right here standing in the bank window, and he went right out the front door and across the street and over to the sheriff's department. And it goes dead quiet on the other end. Now, he then walked across the street, goes to the Dairy Queen, which is only from the distance of here to that store across the street from your office here, and meets with the duty sergeant for the sheriff's department.
And then suddenly everybody's after Mark Koernke.
And this is the actual bank robber who absconded went into the bank and
this guy, by the way, looks nothing like you.
Nothing like me.
Isn't he tall and had gray hair?
Lean and very thin.
Short,
lean and very thin. I mean, lean, very thin face. In fact, they had him on camera. They knew because they had the cameras. The bank is all camered up. They had the feeds right there, even as they were
the sheriff's deputy's on tape going, "Why are we following Mark Koernke?" Exactly.
So the other thing about
then other cops show up and run you off the road.
Right. Real quick here, if you'd like to send something to me, PBN P.O. Box 194, Dexter, Michigan 48130. That way, if you need to send any packets or anything, PBN P.O. Box 194, Dexter, Michigan 48130.
Right. Sound good? I got to give each caller a minute.